welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's nearly the last day. I don't quite know how I feel about that fully, so I'm just going to pull up the decision maker that has the ominous number 7 that I think I told everybody on Facebook to do when it wasn't. And oh, that is the one that it has chosen. So at least on the last day, we should all be on number 22. Anybody that's following me anyway and doing the same ones. Anybody that isn't, where have I put my little clips this time? See, stuff gets moved about in this craft room so much that I lose where stuff went. I'll have just moved it out the way just a little bit. There they are. I found them. They're on my pegboard. Yes, I do apologise. I put up on Facebook it wasn't 7, it was number 6, and then people said in the video you said number 11. And that may well have been the case. I obviously was more than likely not paying attention enough. But whether you have number 7, number 11 or number 6 there, do that one around this area and then we'll leave number 22. I'm using one of Megan's pens today because, believe it or not, I have run out of my own. And yes, this is her Slytherin pen gifted by Saskia. So we're going to go with that one, and then I'm going to use another one of her new pens tomorrow. She has a few, most of them are green, if not all of them have got green in some way or other, because it is her favourite colour. But the other ones that she's got, I think, are all from companies that I've mentioned anyway. In fact, yeah, they are. She's got one that was a gift from Cindy. She's got one that was a gift from me that I got from Lathe and Lathe Works. And she got one for her birthday ones from Diamond Painting Pen Creations. So she has a few to choose from. Let me zoom you guys in and get in the right position, i.e. do a bit of that. And we can see how many questions and comments we can go through. Meg says she finished her 30 by 40, so she started a 60 by 80. That'll take you a bit longer. She said, what's your favourite DMC colour to work with? She loves 310. Wow. Most people don't like working with a load of 310. She says it's her favourite, and the painting she started has 35,000 of them. Well, it's a good job that you like them, is my answer to that one. In relation to my favourite colour to work with, I don't know if I have one particular favourite. There are a lot of blues that I like. The likes of 3846, 3845, that sort of range are gorgeous colours. A lot of the time I don't mind doing bulk of any particular colour as long as the diamonds are nice. And I think that's what makes a huge difference for me, is how nice the diamonds are. If I had to choose between doing a bulk lot of 310 and a bulk lot of, say, 3865 or 5200, I'd probably go with the 3865 or the 5200 over black. But a lot of that is based on the fact that normally the black drills tend to be the lower quality out of the lot. Even if you get a diamond painting that's primarily good quality, it's often the darker colours that let it down. And I think it's because they're not as easy to, you know, spot check and stuff like that, I think, due to their dark colour. But I don't know enough about the production to know that for definite. Okay, let's go with J. Alicia says, for double-sided tape that you think you may need to roll, it's always better to try and keep it rolled up and not unroll it when you get it, and then unroll it as you work on it. She says if it's already rolled, then just roll it back up the way it was when you got it. And then drills are always on, faced out, yeah. So anytime you roll a diamond painting with drills on, they do always need to be face out. Otherwise it does make the drills pop off. But quite often for the other side, you know, the part I've not yet worked on, I tend to keep the diamonds, keep the canvas the way it came, rolled the same way that it came, I find is the better way. Oh, the cat lady said she noticed when she bought the AB pen that you can buy just the nibs for it separately. So that's this pen that I've been using to place AB drills while in here. She says that is if yours screws in like mine. Oh, it does. I've just given it a go. I've just given it a go and it definitely screws in. And then Alice says, would you be able to do another diamond painting unboxing from Dreamers Designs? And can I do a video with Tic Tac style storage? I don't have any plans at the moment to do another Dreamers Design unboxing yet. I do need to work on the one that I've got. I had a little bit of trouble with the first canvas, and while they did send me another where the symbols definitely look better, I haven't yet worked on it fully to see how much better they are. I could only give it a mini test run, and as many people know, a diamond painting and its diamonds and whatever can look amazing quality, but until you actually work on that diamond painting, you never truly know how nice it is until you've actually got stuck in. So the canvas on this painting, for example, looked amazing. The drill quality looked amazing. There was no, you know, and there still isn't lots of bits of, you know, bits of diamonds and bits of rubbish or anything like that in the actual diamonds themselves. Wasn't present at all. However, there are some colours that the diamonds are quite a bit smaller than the square, and this one leaves bigger gaps than others do. I've got wax, because I've just filled up the wax, it's all coming out the pen. I like to try and push it back in just to keep the wax topped up. So yeah, there's quite a few, especially this colour that I'm currently working on, that have quite a bit of gaps around the diamonds. And there's not as nice a quality as I have worked on from other companies, so you never truly know until you do it. Having said that, it is still a nice canvas. It still looks like an awesome picture overall when it's done. Just that little bit of, you know, satisfaction of having the diamonds butt up close together isn't there. It doesn't mean this painting will turn out looking rubbish, and it doesn't mean, you know, that it won't look nice when displayed. It just takes a little bit of the enjoyment of actually doing the painting away, because they just don't click in as nice. I can't do the step method the same and all things like that because the gaps are too big. Can you do a video on Tic Tac storage containers? Yes, I have recently been gifted some by Saskia with the bigger openings, so I will be using them at some point and probably kitting up a painting with those to give them a go and see how they work. Melissa has said she's fixed it. So the other day she was saying how her comments were disappearing off YouTube. She says she's fixed it. She did warn me that she was going to send some test comments, and I did see those pop up. She says she's going to try and remember some of her questions, so it might be a long message. Okay, let's see how many of these I can get through. Let me change my colour over first so that I don't lose concentration too much. It's that letter E. Oh, and I actually found it quite quickly. Now we are 2 squares away from finishing the painting. Still got that rogue diamond. Let me get rid of that. So, have you seen the acrylic egg pens? If so, do you think they'd be comfy? I have seen them, but I don't have one. I quite like the idea of them. I quite like the idea of holding, you know, it's like more of a dome, isn't it? It's a different way to hold a pen. And I think it could possibly be good, especially if you're doing, you know, longer term. And not longer term. If you're doing long sessions of diamond painting, you know, just to stop your hand feeling as though it's been holding the same position for too long. I think it might be nice, even if it's just there as an option to change up how you're doing it. She says, is it true Evermoment are going over to poured glue, or did I dream about you saying it? I have heard it. I can't remember. I'm sure somebody... It must have been the Facebook group, I think. I'm sure somebody put in the Facebook group that they were going over to poured glue. I haven't confirmed it yet, though. I haven't ordered from them since. But I'm sure there'll be comments coming on this video that will let us know for definite, maybe from somebody who has had a painting from them and has experienced whether they have moved to poured glue or not. A bit about where you're from. She says, famous or well known. I don't think it's necessarily famous. I was born in Aylesbury, down south. Lived in Bletchley, in Milton Keynes for a couple of years. Then Luton for a couple of years, and then I moved up north. So I moved up north when I was about 7. Lived in Stockton-on-Tees until I was about 13, and then moved to Warrington, my current town, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it was anywhere famous. She says zoo theme park. Hers is Howlett Zoo. Zoo over a theme park any day of the week. Chester Zoo is probably the closest to us, and I do like Chester Zoo. Shopping centre. She says hers is Blue Water. See, when we lived up north, I used to love the Metro Centre. It helped that my dad used to work near there, so he used to go most, you know, lunch breaks. So whenever we went, he always knew where every shop we wanted was. But now we don't. I mean, we have a shopping centre in our town, but we still just say we're going to town. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's in a shopping centre or not. Apart from that, it tends to be, if we're going somewhere else, it's Manchester or Liverpool, and it's not so much just going to a shopping centre. We don't really go just to a shopping centre in particular. Airport. I don't think I have a favourite airport. Closest to me is Manchester. It's the one I fly out of the most. It's the one that takes me to Australia. So if I had to pick, I'd pick there. But I'm also very familiar with the airport in Abu Dhabi and the airport in Dubai and the airport in Melbourne. So I can pretty much figure where I need to go in those airports as well. Cathedral. Don't particularly, well, the only cathedral I've probably been to in recent times is York Cathedral. We did have a nice visit round there when hubby and I went and had a weekend in York. Port for passengers. Mine is Dover. No, I don't. I can't remember the last time I went to a port. When I first saw port, I was thinking you were talking about the alcohol. Nearest motorway and how close? Hers is the M2 and it's a 2-minute walk, so very close. Mine is the 62, M62, and it's probably a 5-minute walk. So not quite as close as yours, but it's definitely close. Yeah, we're not far off the junction. She says, love your trays, but I do have a jack that keeps taking out the stopper. So I do think it would be a great idea to list it separately. I have taken images recently. We just need to confirm, what the sort of postage weight would be for a stopper. Because albeit very light, it probably would mean that things would need posting in a box because of the fact that stopper you can't put it in an envelope with a sheet of stickers. It would possibly cause damage, so we just need to check that we get the right postage bracket for that one. She says she did buy glue dots from Poundland a couple of months ago, but couldn't work out how to use them because they were too big. And then she's only just realised now that she can cut them. But she couldn't find them, so ordered some more on Amazon. And she says they arrived Friday and she loves them. She said lots of tacky sounds. I wouldn't say clicky, so more tacky. And then she said, happy birthday to my dad, happy anniversary to us. And she loves jam roly-poly. Oh, that's another good dessert. I do like a nice cake dessert. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're caught up on Melissa's comments. She's been trying to post and ask for the last few days. I don't know what went on with that little glitch, Melissa, but I am happy that it is sorted now. And I think I've run through everything. Lady Dax has quoted me saying, oh my giddy aunt. She said me saying that is the first time she's heard it outside of her family, and she did a double take and said, oh wow, out loud. Yeah, I do say giddy aunt. It's better than swearing, isn't it? That's one of those things that you say quite often in front of children. Oh my giddy aunt. Okay, so Tanya says, what do you do when you have an order of a 6-pack of diamond paintings and one doesn't have the same canvas number as the drills but all the rest do? Do I contact the company or Amazon? If you want it fixing, I would contact the company firstly to see if that's something that they can send out to you. If not, if you don't get any joy from the company, I'd contact Amazon, but it would probably just be a return and refund because Amazon will not have the capability to fix it. Even if they've shipped it to you, even if it's on, Amazon Prime or in their warehouse, they will more than likely not have the capability to fix it. So if you want it fixing, I'd contact the company. If you want a return and refund, I'd contact Amazon. That's my view anyway. Ashes said, hope you all had a great time for your son's birthday. We did, thank you. He had a lovely actual birthday as well, so that was good. And pizza for tea. We always know it's pizza for tea when it's my son's birthday, so that's not a bad thing either. Oh, just spotted, just before I'm about to put this number away, I've just spotted one. She said, Ashes says, would like to thank you so much for the time you spend making videos for us. The June waffle said has helped me so much this month. We unfortunately lost our dog on the 4th, and then lost one of the guinea pigs today. So a bad month, but the videos have helped me to keep me occupied and take my mind off things for a while, even if they haven't managed to keep up every day. Oh, well, at least it's been there when you're ready and able for it, which is good. So I am glad that I've been able to help in that sense. I'd finally caught up today with the painting and the videos, and this was posted on the 26th. Started using glue dots yesterday. Oh, we have so many converters now, don't we? I'm guessing that's the sort of clicky sound it will make, like the sound that this pen makes. My AB pen. And questions. Have you or your family ever had any pets, and if so, what are they? Yeah, when I was extremely young, probably till I was only about 3, we had a dog named Sally. My husband always had a dog growing up, and they always had a family dog. Since then, since we've been a family, not pets as in cats and dogs. The kids did have a bird when they were younger. We've had goldfish, but that's sort of been the extent. I did have rabbits as well when I was growing up, actually. My sister and I had a rabbit each. But yeah, that's really been it. The kids, or most of the kids, would definitely love a dog. But there is definitely one family member that is allergic to most dog breeds. I'm allergic to cats and some dogs. Depends whether they're purebred or not. I'm okay with the hypoallergenic version, but not all. So that's where it gets a little bit tricky and very, very expensive. What jobs have you had in the past, and which was your favourite? Oh, they all have moments. And how did you end up getting a job in insurance? So I've had a few. I tended to work mainly in retail or waitressing when the kids were younger, because I did a work around the kids. So I would be at home with the kids in the day, and then hubby would be with them in the evening when I would be at work. There were times when there were little blocks of time when I didn't work, maternity leave, and sometimes a little bit longer. But I mainly worked in retail, and then I moved to retail in car phone warehouse shortly after Catherine started school. So I used to work school hours, and yeah, I just got into insurance more because it was something that the company I worked for did more than anything. I moved over to the call centre side of things, which is more based around the insurance that they do. Yeah, and it more sort of happened than I necessarily looked for it. It just became a natural flow. It became something I knew, and I knew, You know, anybody knows you work for a company long enough, you soon get to know stuff and it just becomes second nature. And that's sort of what happened. Move from there. Susan said, just wanted to let you know that you can manipulate the tip of the wax pen with your fingers to get it more into a tip. It warms up with body temperature. Oh, that's good. I will have to have a mess with that. And she also says happy birthday to Lewis. I have told everybody, told Lewis that everybody said happy birthday. And he has said thank you to everybody. He did say he might see if he can pop on a video to say thank you. So I might see if he can do that tomorrow, because as I'm filming this, it is his birthday and he is actually busy. So I don't want to go disturb him to see. But if I remember when I film the last one tomorrow, I will see if he's free and he can come on and say a quick howdy Judy, because that's what he wanted to do. Dawn says she has one of those pens like that for ABs, and she says you can use your fingernail or an X-Acto knife to actually scrape it. Okay, so I'll give it a go, warming it up and manipulating it into a tip again. And if it's there but not quite there, I'll use a knife to sort of finish it off and get it into a nice new pen tip. And I'll give that a go. Just need one more, and none of them want to stick to my pen because I've put new wax in. Talita said, oh wow, I practically didn't have much time today. It's 20 minutes to 9 p.m. and she's just finished watching my video. She's noticed that she's had to fill her pen with wax rather regularly and started to think it was because of the heat. And she lives in Brazil. But they've just entered into the cold season, so she does wonder if it's the weather that's doing it or not. She says just finished watching the 3rd season of Harrow and she highly recommends it. And she says that they have regionalisms in Brazil too. She often finds that there's an accent change when you're talking to people that have been born in certain regions. And she says to please congratulate your son for his birthday. She has put in some other nice fun facts and words in Portuguese, but I'm not going to try and pronounce them because that could potentially sound awful if I tried. Somebody else, so Connie, has also said that you can purchase tips to replace the wax on my pen. So that's good to know. Anna says she's also been having a problem with some of my videos, but only on the TV. I don't know what it is that's doing it, because I haven't changed any way that I do anything in relation to uploading a video or anything like that. None of that has changed. I have heard some people say that it's happened since they've updated the YouTube app. So I don't know if it is more of a YouTube thing than a what I do this side thing, but whatever it is, they need to fix it, is what they need to do. Because it's not fair to mess with people's waffle time. it's not playing nice, YouTube, that's what it is. So please fix it so that people can watch what they want to watch and comment when they want to comment. That would be very helpful. That's my request to YouTube. Fix your issues, please. Saskia says she's so glad I enjoyed the box. I did. She said she actually got the box first and then filled it to the brim. The box was definitely a hit in this house. She says the Alice painting, she got 2 of them, one for herself and one for my box. And she realised that I do quite a few diamond paintings of Alice. Yeah, I do. It's one of those sort of things that it's just, I love the concept, I think, of Alice in Wonderland, and the how much it can change and be a little bit, I don't know, the storyline and things being a little bit chaotic. I just think it's a little bit different. It is something that I quite like, doing the odd Alice painting. And of course I did my big comparison of different sized diamond paintings. The first one I did was an Alice in Wonderland, just because the image was a bit different and I thought it would be fun to do. She says, let me know if you like the coffee. I will do. I am planning on having some of that soon. I just need a cafetiere or something. I need to dig out a cafetiere so that I can try some of that coffee, because at the moment I just use a pod machine. But it is definitely on my list to do. That is for sure. Janet says, loving your whip and waffle. Please wish your son a happy birthday. I have, and thank you. Syncub says, which app do you use for the wheel? So the app that I use, and this is where my brain has just gone, how many times do I use this app at all? The app that I use is called Tiny Decisions, and it's available in the Apple App Store. However, do note, if you are an Android user, I have heard that it has a couple of glitches that mean it doesn't quite do everything that my app does in the same way. It can sometimes forget options that it's selected if you are on Android. So a recommendation for Android is an app called Decide Now. One of the subscribers uses that on Android instead, and that does what she wants it to do and what she expects it to do. So if you are an Android user, use Decide Now. If you're an Apple user, then I use Tiny Decisions. I actually got recommended it. I think it was Margaret that was using it first, and she recommended that I give it a go. And I can say it was a very good suggestion. I have used it lots and lots since. Kathy says she loves sticky toffee pudding. There isn't a lot of places where she lives, which is in Ontario, Canada, near Niagara Falls, that serve it. She says, but when she finds somewhere that does, she almost always orders it. She said she started diamond painting a couple of months ago, and my channel's been helpful with any questions that she's had. Oh, that's good. She has a 60 and a 30 bottle storage coming from AliExpress. That's a good start on storage wise. A 60 and a 30. If you can't afford both, I'd probably say go for the 60. because that will work for smaller as well as bigger diamond paintings. She says she loves things being organised but didn't want to order the wrong one, so watched your video. I'm constantly ordering new ones. And she really wanted to do a painting with AB drills. She says they're so pretty. Do you know of a company that have AB drills that isn't too expensive? And how do you know if a painting has ABs before you buy it? So more often than not, the companies will say if they have 1 or 2 AB diamonds in it. You would just need to check the description for that. However, not all of them do. Not expensive wise when you're in Canada. Possibly Timney Art on AliExpress. Though you may have to message them to ask if it does have AB diamonds. The first one I ordered from them, it didn't state it had AB diamonds, but it actually had about 5 or 6 colours that were AB. Yet the second one I ordered from them didn't have any AB. So it might be worth messaging them if it doesn't say in the description or in the reviews as to whether it has AB diamonds or not. But that's possibly the only one I could think of that would be on the cheaper side, rather, than the likes of the companies that do a few ABs as regular, which is like Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs. They tend to often, a lot of them have AB in them. I think Star Raw might have had some as well that have had AB in them, though in this one I've added them, and many of them have come from Margaret. The little white ones have come from an old Diamond Art Club painting. But yeah, most of them do say, some of them don't. But yeah, give them a message. Maybe they'll be able to tell you if it does have AB diamonds in it. I think that's probably the best price one at the moment. You may well find them on Amazon as well. I have heard some people have found Timney Arts on Amazon. I think they're just not as prominent on Amazon in the UK as maybe they are in the States on Amazon.com, which might be easy enough for you to buy from in Canada as well, maybe. Tanya says museum putty is good. Gina says in Australia you can get Green's Sticky Date Self-Sourcing Pudding. Ooh, and it's to die for. She says there's other flavours as well. She says so easy to make and so delicious. Oh, might have to put that one on my parents' shopping list when I'm due for a visit. I'm sure my dad would join in, if he's allowed. Talia says she's only 15. Hello. And she has a part-time job and she has 20 unstarted paintings. So she says, so her older sister has put her on a ban from buying any more until she's finished 3/4 of her stash. Oops. Well, you do have enough to keep you going at the moment. I suppose it gives you a chance to build up a wish list and then determine which ones you really, really want when it comes to the point of buying some more. She says, what is your favourite time of year and why? I think my favourite time is, I know, my favourite time of year is often spring. I love spring. Not for the rain side of things, it's for the rest of the season. So, you know, you're coming from a very cold winter, the weather starts getting nicer but not really, really hot. And I say really, really hot. Us Brits, 24 is really, really hot. But yeah, you get the nice days, the days you can put the washing out, the breeze is cool, flowers are starting to bloom. If you're lucky, you know, you're not quite at the stage where you need to mow the lawn. It's not quite got that long yet. Yeah, I do really like the spring. It's more fresh, and I think that's what I like. It's fresher than summer. And while autumn can be quite fresh, it's going to the side of cold fresh rather than nice and warm fresh, if that even makes sense. Nicola says she likes the raccoon in the purple flowers. Yeah, that one is so cute. Just the way he's peeping out, I think that's what I like. He's just peeping through to say hello. Amanda says she doesn't get the multi-placers either, but she also enjoys the process of placing one diamond at a time. Yeah, I think that's why it's something I've just never bothered to really give it a good go, because I just enjoy placing one diamond at a time. And it gives everybody a chance to get a square done in the same time that the waffle takes. Though I do understand that I do it quicker than some, and that's just quite often practice. Though when it's ABs and I have to keep turning my pen over to push them down, might not quite be the same. Quite a few ABs in this section, because all this is ABs as well. Cat Lady says, a question about custom prints. Can you recommend any sites to try? Not yet. And the only reason being is I am still doing the customs that I got. I have had customs before from Evermoment. I've had a few. I've had 3 or 4. But they haven't been of people, the ones that I've had before. So I couldn't quite tell you how skin tones and things like that turn out. And I think it can make a big difference between some companies. A lot of the time on the likes of the ones of people with skin tones. You know, they either get it right or they get it extremely wrong. But hopefully, once I've got the other 2 customs done, I'll be able to give you, you know, a view on what 4 companies from AliExpress are like, and you can determine if any of them give you the results that you'd want, and maybe go with that one. But I do realise you might want answers quicker. If so, just ask on the Facebook group, ask if people can possibly, you know, people will be happy to recommend ones that they've been happy with, which is great. But sometimes I think if you can ask people to show customs that they've had done from companies, as well as if they recommend them, that might help you better to determine if it's the look that you want, because it can be very subjective with customs. Some I've seen have been, you know, really good, and some, you know, the person who's done them is happy with them and that's perfect, but they've not quite been the right shading for me. So definitely ask for some examples of what people have received and finished from certain companies and see if you like one of them. These ABs, when there's so many of them, trying to fit them into small gaps is entertaining. Get in. Because of course these diamonds have been added separately, so these actually fit the squares nice and snugly, which is great, but not as good when this pen doesn't allow you to push down the same way. So I just sort of have to line a few up and then nudge them if they don't go in properly. But we're nearly there on this colour. Only a few more. So if I can get them at least close, then I can always go through with the other end of the pen to push them down, and it tends to work. I need to scroll up for the next question, which is the reason I've not done it yet. It's like, just give me a minute. Oh, and I've just spotted one in there as well. So let's get all those down. And then I just need a Z. Shelley says, loving the conversation, and she thinks having a queen would be cool. She currently lives in the US. Tracy says, no, say it isn't almost over. So nice to hear this is going to continue in some form going forward. Yeah, it will still continue with Whip and Waffles. I am hoping to still make them a very regular thing, because I do get that people enjoy them, and I enjoy, you know, being able to answer the questions and having topics of conversation. And we always have December, right? I'm still doing my December Advent. That's still a plan. I've got some exciting things in the works for that, or at least I think they're exciting. We'll see if you guys think it is when it comes to that time. But yeah, there's plotting afoot, plans afoot, but the December Advent calendar will still be going on. I will still be doing that, so hopefully many of you will be able to join me for that one. And it won't be a Halloween picture this time, I can promise you that much. Tracy also says she got a new pen last night, and it's got an angled tip and she loves it. Oh, that could be dangerous for me if I get hooked on the angled tips. It is another thing I need to have, a proper, you know, proper sit down session doing a diamond painting with an angled tip, and see whether the love follows. I've got a feeling it might do, which could be dangerous, but maybe I just need to find out, and at least then I can deal being in the know if an angled tip is the way I need to go. Maybe it'll change depending on whether it's a round or a square painting, maybe. Joanne says, spookily, just as she started working on her painting today, she peeled off a section of her cover sheet and the plastic came off first. She came off, she said, first time ever. Yeah, I've not had that yet. I wonder if that's got something to do with how sticky maybe the diamond painting you're working on is, or maybe it is just a matter of the cover paper getting a bit more worn than it is on any other. Yeah, maybe it's exhausted. That's what it is, Joanne, it's exhausted. Oh, Shelley says it's super hot in Texas, it's 100 degrees plus. I'm guessing that's Fahrenheit. Though I work in Celsius, I do know that that's hot. She says, add humidity and no one will be seen outside unless they've got a pool. That's the kicker, isn't it? It's the humidity that is the bit that really knocks you out. You stay indoors and I hope you've got aircon to keep you company. Lady Dax says she's more than happy for me to show the mystery on video. That's good. I will be asking in the Facebook group when it comes to the last day, I figured was the best time to ask so that people can show their completed painting and then let me know if they're happy for me to show any of their pictures / posts. And then I'll see if I can do a little montage with some of the fun comments and the paintings that people have completed. I think that'll be a really fun video to do. Might have to see how well it goes down to see if we do something similar at Christmas. Lady Dax also says, she says it would be good to see what people think it is. She said it doesn't even look like a parrot anymore, she said. I think the other person doing it has already contacted Roe Diamonds about what it is. Okay, let me see if I can find, before we go, the post that I was tagged in, because I know I've been tagged in a few, but I've been crazy busy. Okay, it's not that one. Okay, what day did she post this? The 27th. Okay, that's far too far away. Oh. Aha, here it is. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what... Oh, focus. Okay, that is the picture on Facebook for anybody that's not on Facebook so that they know. I've got a feeling it goes this way. And I think this is pearls in an oyster and this is a shell. But I can't quite get what this is. So I can get where the parrot with boils comes from. It may be that I'm looking at it the wrong way. And just to give you the different ways round in case it makes sense to somebody else. They are all the other way up, but it's still not becoming clear as day to me as to what it is. Anyway, I'll leave that one with you. I have waffled for long enough. If we do ever find out what that mystery painting is, I'll be sure to let you guys know, possibly in the montage. Wrong way for the zoom yet again. We have one more square to go, wherever on your canvas that may be. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow while we get this painting finished. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.